And here we go. For on the red team, we have Tag Reflex. On blue, Incrediballs. It seems that Tag Reflex spawned Juke Juice in their base. And Incrediballs have the better set of power-ups right now. Cheetos is getting TagPro and Bonzons gets the Juke Juice, and they both head off to the corners to collect the other power-up. Liquid, are you here?
Yep, I am here. Can you hear me correctly?
I can't hear you. If you're talking right now, I can't really hear you.
Can you hear me now, Todd?
I can hear you. Okay. So right now, the flag is out for blue team, and red team has 3 defenders in the path of Cheetos, the blue flag carrier. He is being extremely patient with the flag, and power-ups is gonna spot. Oh wow, he whiffs a boost.
That's not a boost
instead of the regrab.
Yeah, it's not often a boost that you see miss. It's hard to miss, but every now and then you'll get unlucky, and that's exactly what happened with the Incrediballs. Missing a great chance to get the cap there. Oh, and Legion of Boom with the clutch button hold right there. He just got on the button as soon as Retro went through, but just as I say that, he gets off right as Retro tries to get back in. And now he's alone defending Cheetos
really
and rolling
dangerous.
bomb. Looking like it's going to be the first half of the game. Oh, and Cheetos hits the corner, can't make it through.
Will Ronaldo get an
0-0.
R?
The Legion of Boom gets the grab. Bosons, he has a Juke Juice coming into base. But it runs out, and it looks like Legion of Boom managed to juke his way out of 2 people covering him. Gets the first half of the game. The score is 1-0 for Tag Reflex. And Tag Reflex trying to establish a little regrab train there, but couldn't quite get it going. Both teams are going to reset.
Power-up spawning once again is for the first power-up cycle. There was not much. There wasn't much contesting of the power-ups, but that could not be like, you can't blame them because they had blue team had the flag out for a majority of the time, and now Retro is free off to the left.
You saw that he grabbed right as Ukillen was going for the TagPro, so they essentially had a 2-on-1 grab, and both the Tag Reflex offensive players were using the boosts to grab, so clearly their coaches had something to practice, and they definitely got that one right. I think that's the only good way to grab on colors, is to utilize those boosts to your advantage. Like they did exactly that. And they're coming in with the TagPro. Pretty fresh as well.
Ooh, that was strange.
Oh,
Rolling
and
ball
he
must have
decides
just
to go for the
expired.
suicide grab. So that's a really interesting tactic. What you do is you kill in your the defensive partner. You respawn back in base with the TagPro. It could have gone really well, but unfortunately, his partner couldn't get out of base. A bit of another reset. Tag Reflex managing to keep the flag in base. Bongo and Full Y is always a powerful defensive combo. Things could be going pretty well for. And lots of tag pros have been spawning, and both teams seem to be using them to tag a lot. More than just a tactic, they're really utilizing them to their full capacity. Also, lots of rolling bombs. You can see Incrediballs coming in with 2 rolling bombs. Let's see if they can get a quality grab. He whiffs on that button right there. Had a rolling bomb, which could have kept him on that button. But instead he gets a grab. When he's out, he's got 3 ahead of him, so he's going to turn back. Cheetos goes and gets the power up from the Tag Reflex's base and waits for the regrab. Looks like he's going to get it. Coming down right side. Tag Reflex, top 3 offensive defensemen. It's not looking too good for the Incrediballs. Cheetos. Let's see if Bosons can go back and get that regrab. He can, but it looks like there was a bit of a lack of communication. He wasn't ready for the regrab as soon as Cheetos died.
Near miss by Full Wise. Boson's dodging, but he is still in quite a bit of trouble right now. 3 red defenders closing in, and Legion gets the tag.
And with another round of power-up spawning, it looks like everybody's going to reset. Legion of Boom coming down with, I believe they call that Spider-Man, TagPro and Rolling Bomb, although his Rolling Bomb is blown up and he spiked himself, so by the time he gets back to base, it'll probably have run out. although he does spot another tag pro, and that could be really useful. Retro and Legion of Boom coordinating this could turn into a cap possibly.
It seems that I feel that let me take a look at the sets. It seems that blue has the majority of the hold time on this map, but yeah, they're significantly outstripping red in terms of hold time, but the score is in favor of the red. Colors is an annoying map where hold time does not necessarily convert into caps, because offensive defense is if the opponent's offense players are not out of position, it is very difficult to score in such a narrow base.
Absolutely, it's a very tight base, and it makes it just hold it down quite easily. It's also pretty hard to block considering how many walls there are.
Yep.
So Bosons gets the grab, but it looks like he might be stuck inside. Going for the handoff. He might have gone for the block, but Cheetos managed. Sometime Legion of Boom is pretty right, and either side it looks like it might be return to cap, but they both managed to survive that early scare. Legion of Boom double teamed. Cheetos with the rolling bomb. This could be dangerous. This could be the tying cut. Oh, Legion of Boom! That was a clutch play. He's regarded as one of the better players on Tag Reflex, and he just showed why there. With that last second return.
Full wise doing well to hold the button in the middle there. Shows how powerful the middle button can be. Instead of 10-second crossing time on this map, the button reduces to something like 3 seconds or 2.
Yeah, it's every map is a team-based map, but I feel this one has lots of team-based mechanisms that make it so much more powerful to have good cohesion. And that's one right there, as you said. You can get back on offensive defense so quickly if you have a guy holding the button. Then again, it's always a trade-off to see, you're going to lose a body if you dedicate one guy to the button.
Very dangerous for blue right now, and that's a cap for red again.
With his second cap of the game, Legion of Boom being the Tag Reflex 2-0 over the Incrediballs. And Legion of Boom on point with his power-ups. He's been gathering them all game long.
He has the bottom left corner completely locked down. I don't think anyone else besides him even knows when it's gonna come up. Oh, and this is also looking good once again.
1v2, can he get past him? He can! Bongo and Full set the perfect block. And the score is 3-0. All
tough task for Bosons as well. That was not an easy. With two people directly behind you, you cannot move left, you cannot move right, you can only hope for the best as you dive outwards towards the back carrier.
And that rolling bomb which was, to me, I feel like in those scenarios you want to use rolling bomb to push the guys outwards rather than into the walls, because the flag's so close to those walls. Rolling bomb pretty much just blows them back off the rebound back into you. And a pretty selfish grab right there by Legion of Boom, but Retro, what a perfect grab by Retro. Splits the defense, he's upright, free, only needs to get past Cheetos. Bongo has the TagPro. Can he make it happen? He cannot.
But
and it looks... Oh, Retro
stays alive!
Oh my god, Cheetos is ahead of all of them. If he can get a return, this might be a cap. So much action in this last little sequence. Bongo must be kicking himself for missing that. He had the TagPro. He could have just locked down that flag. Retro slipping past him again. He's a newer player, but he really had a quality grab and quality hold right there. It's a shame that he couldn't make it count.
Legion with a TagPro bodyguard, but no one is anywhere near Bosons, the flag carrier for blue. Oh, they tried to go for the gate, but
lack of coordination right there.
Yep.
Ended up killing them. And I think it's 4 caps for Legion of Boom so far this half. The score is 4-0 with 1 minute remaining.
I feel they totally deserve this lead. Their grabs are effective. They get out, and they are playing better offensive defense. They don't panic when the opponent flag carrier gets in their base. They are very content to have 4 people on the opponent's side of the map just waiting.
Absolutely, this is a map of patience. Every map is, but this one is so small that you can just outweight your opponent and get a quality grab. Possibly like Retro just did. Oh, and he jukes 2 of them. That wall juke. If he can get past, I don't know, it's not looking very easy for him. Although Legion of Boom is on the regrab with the rolling bomb. And he spikes himself, runs right into the spike. Can Incrediballs get one courtesy cap to finish this half off? Doesn't look like it. All 4 are spawning in base. And I believe the score will remain 4-0 in favor of Tag Reflex to start off this game 1, half 1. And Legion of Boom, as you can see, leading Tag Reflex with 4 caps and 4 returns. Their defense doing a lot of work with 26 returns between them.
He has an amazingly short hold time for 4 caps. Only 1 minute and 31 seconds. It just shows that they are very efficient. Okay, so obviously Tag Reflex looked like the stronger team in the first half. What do you feel that the blue team, Incrediballs, need to do to adjust?
I feel like the Incrediballs started off really well. They hemmed Tag Reflex into their zone for about the first minute or 2 of the game and had the regression established. Now what they need to do is they had a lot of quality grabs, and if they can get the blocks, and I think they can possibly get a couple caps, 1 or 2 at the beginning of the game that can shift the momentum. That's really what they need right now.
I agree. It seems at the beginning of the game, for large stretches of the game, to me it felt like Incrediballs were actually in control. They always had a regrab. Tag Reflex did not dare to grab the flag, but somehow they just couldn't convert, and slowly they lost ground as their flag carrier died closer and closer to the opponent's base, and then Tag Reflex manages to reset, and then when Tag Reflex does get the flag, they have a really high conversion rate.
So it looks like Incrediballs are making a change, bringing in Stuffed Burger, their 2nd pick, instead of and taking out Bosons, their 16th pick. So I think they're going for a bit of, considering Bosons and Stuffed are offensive players, I think they're going to look for a bit of an injection of creativity in the offense, and hopefully that little final touch that they seem to be lacking last half. Coil. Who does Coil play for? Coil, also an Incrediballs player. He's their 6th pick, and he will be... Oh, is he? Looks like he's on the wrong team. Just a second.
Possibly they need to switch sides.
That's what it is. Yeah, Coil coming in, and let's see who they decide to take out. Who kill him? They're making 2 subs, bringing in Stuffed Burger for Bosons and Coil for Killen.
I look forward to seeing what this team can do.
Yeah,
they definitely need a kind of a boost to, if they want the chance of winning the first game.
It's a shame because I felt like Bosons had some really great grabs and some great holds in that section of the game as well, but just couldn't make it count. Let's see if Stuffed Burger can improve on that. And Coil, I do not know much about him, but he was picked 6th, and so he's definitely one of the hot prospects on their team. Maybe he can help keep the flag in base maybe a bit more, and can help contain the Tag Reflex offense that has absolutely just been running train on them so far.
Tag Reflex indeed has some amazing grabs. The one where Retro used the boost and slipped right through 2 defenders. That was amazing.
Got past 3 and just couldn't seem to get that last cap where, TagPro in base, just couldn't tag him in time. That's a lot of bad luck from Retro, considering all the solo effort he put into that cap, or that grab. But he'll be wanting another cap this next half.
Seeing as how Legion got all of them the last half. So looking at the power up distribution, 2 tag pros for red, which would be Tag Reflex. No, sorry, Incrediballs, and then a Juke Juice and Tag Pro for Tag Reflex. Which one do you think is better?
2 tag pros, if they manage to give them to 2 different players, are always more powerful. In my opinion, are definitely more powerful than a tag pro Juke Juice combination. The only downside of having 2 tag pros is on offense is that you can't see where your enemies are spawning. But apart from that, generally speaking, if you have 2 tag pros, you should be expected to cap. And as evidenced here, Coil manages to get a clean grab. Legion of Boom as well is ahead of 2, but can't seem he has to turn back. And at the same time, Coil is just returned by Foolwise, a great returner right there, pretty efficient defending. And Legion of Boom, I guess, just taking a lap. Cheeto's coming back as well, so a lot of
Cheeto's in
patience.
some danger right now.
Oh, Legion of Boom, the juke, and it looks like he's gonna cap. Coil is out of position, going for the power-up. I'm not quite sure what Coil was doing right there. Maybe lining up a boost, but Legion, it all came down to that corner juke right there. He had one guy on his tail and just managed to shake him with that corner juke. Man, that's impressive.
This guy
Coil
is
with a
obviously
great grab.
looking like an offensive superstar in NLTP. Retro gets taken down by Cheetos. Coil is free going to the other side of going back to his own side of the map, but Legion is being very patient, so he doesn't look like he's gonna be in any danger anytime soon.
And is he gonna grab it? Oh, Retro! Retro, a bit of lack of communication right there. Retro grabbing the rolling. Retro just wants a cap of his own. I don't know. It's unlucky for Legion. He could have had that extra shield to protect him, but he seems to be able to shake his chasers anyway. As you see, Cheeto's just gated himself. And Legion is kind of stuck again. He's just going to take another lap, or is he? He
Wow!
jukes two guys. Those are slick moves right there. Another set of slick moves, but Stuffed Burger shows why he was deserving of that sub spot. Manages to return, grab, and get out of base. He only has full watch to beat,
Oh,
but
that's a
instead
smart
he
move.
puts himself into a corner and looks like it's going to be returned. But you never know. I mean, Cheetos was there for the regrab. They might have talked to each other and set this up as a set play. Coil waiting on the rolling bomb, maybe leaving it for Cheetos if he wants to come back, but I don't think it's going to happen. Cheetos finds a rolling bomb of his own, although he does whiff on it, and how he manages to navigate that scenario. He doesn't, but as we said earlier, the key to their game is establishing that regrab train, and so far they're doing it. Now they just need to capitalize. Stuffed Burger holding the button. Tornado just needs a block on full wise.
Coil couldn't quite turn around fast enough to get that cap.
I feel like in that scenario, Coil maybe would have been better off just waiting, taking a lap and seeing if that his defense could get the other team to flash it a bit, clear the base up, maybe get a good power up. But they decide to go for the regrab instead and almost get another cap. Man, Incrediballs are just keeping Tag Reflex on their toes. Although that spike might just end their regrab cycle right there. I think both teams are going to reset and wait for power-ups. Cheetos and Coil seem to have their timers down. Or maybe they're just trying to figure out the times. Ah, yeah, that's what it is.
Retro and Legion coming in with a couple of juke juices. Given their performance so far, I'll be surprised if they don't manage to make it out of the base. But never mind.
Well, Legion looks like he's stuck. Can he
Can
take out
he
Rolnado?
work out?
He does. Oh, that was epic. Rolnado looking a bit foolish right there with suffering from Legion of Boom's crazy moves.
Legion and Retro both lining up those boosts. See what they can do with this. Boost straight into Stuffed Burger. Good positioning, but Retro gets free. Oh! And in the end, Stuffed Burger takes out Retro.
Well, Cheetos, if I were Cheetos, I'd go for that TagPro and possibly suicide so I can get back in base with the TagPro and let Coil grab. But it looks like he's going to go all the way on his own.
Beautiful snipe.
That was a long ranger, my favorite kind. Retro coming in with a tag or rolling bomb. Let's see if he can do something make something happen on his own. But Stuffed Burger there with Juke Juice, not letting it happen. And turns out I was wrong in my pregame predictions. Stuffed Burger has been partnering Ronaldo on defense with Coil playing offense, and both have seemed to be pretty solid in their roles.
Oh, this is looking terrible for Retro
And
with
Retro
his
gets
first cap.
First cap of the game.
Well
Score is
deserved.
now 6-0 for Tag Reflex on aggregate. Things are looking pretty bleak right now with 5 minutes left for the Incrediballs. Hopefully, for them, they can hopefully get another cap or a first cap to try to get some momentum going into the second game. But I think for now, unless they pull off a miracle, it's game, set, and match for them. Yeah, just watch me say that, and then they'll come back and prove me wrong on stream.
Exactly.
You know what?
Oh,
I'd
this is
actually
looking
love that. That would
really,
be
really good.
primetime entertainment on Nqoba TV.
Oh, Coil could have easily went through that gate.
Bongo with that snipe. That was off screen. That was delicious. And at the same time, Retro gets out of base. And will he get his second cap of the game? He will, with all of Tag Reflex blocking Cheetos. That all started with Bongo's crazy snipe. That was one long ranger that we will not forget. At least not for this game. That was beautiful. That was crazy. And so now both flag carriers are out. If I were Legion, I'd just try to run around as long as I can to prevent Incrediballs from getting that opportunity cap. Looks like Bongo grabbed. This is one of its. Let's see. I believe, yeah, this is Bongo's first grab of the game. And,
Bongo grabs and Bongo is free, but Coil boosts. Bongo still staying alive for now. Uses that rolling bomb in desperation.
I killed Stuffed Burger. There's a rolling bomb top right. He might go and get it. If I were him, I'd bypass it. Yeah. Looks like Cheetos might go and get it.
That corner is a dangerous place to be for flag carrier.
But Cheetos pulled it off, and if he can get a return on Retro, that looks like it might be a cap.
Oh, and it's gonna be...
He missed the boost, and that's gonna cost him. That could have been a cap right there. That was bad luck by Cheetos. Just catching the corner. That boost is really hard to make, just because of the angle, but, oh, actually, I might have spoken too early. Stuffed Burger gets the return, and Incrediballs are on the board. Scores 3-1 for this half, 7-1 overall for game 1 of the Tag Reflex Incrediballs challenge.
Coil fighting Bongo for the button successfully lets out Cheetos, and Cheetos is passed 2.
Is this a momentum changer?
Oh, wow!
The ankle break. Unfortunately, poor guy, he keeps catching the corners and gets returned by, I believe, Foolwise. But man, that juke was easy.
That was beautiful indeed.
Just the speed at which he came in and then just braked like crazy. That was good anticipation because, you know, he started braking before he even knew that Legion was going to tag him.
One of your patented moves, Liquid?
Well, you know them all. I never am able to juke you, so you tell me.
That is not even remotely true. But thank you. That is a great compliment. Well, Foolwise protecting Legion with a TagPro. Legion is, well, it's really safe for now. Considering that...
Gets out of... Considering what?
Considering that he has an amazing capture rate this game.
Yeah, although he did just get returned though. And Cheeto is just looking for a good opportunity to pounce and score. But with the minute and 20 seconds left, I think it'll be more consolation caps than anything else at this point.
Yep, but I do feel that that is what Incrediballs need right now. They don't want to get dominated in this half. They want to, if possible, if they could tie this half, it would be such a great morale booster for them.
Very good point. It's a momentum changing half right now. And if they can get the momentum to swing in their balance, or in their direction, I'm not sure how the expression goes, that could be really big for them coming into game 2.
Foolwise gets the return. Retro finds a rolling bomb. Beautiful corner bomb.
Survives with it. Uses it to push Cheetos out of the way, but Stuffed Burger is there to return.
Bongo, do you even lift? Get on those blocks, man.
Legion of Boom pulls the switcheroo on Coil. Gets past Cheetos, slips past. Another ball juke, but Ronaldo is having none of it. Just swoops in for that return. Stuffed Burger misses the snipe, and Retro might be in for his 3rd cap of the game. He runs straight into Cheetos. Looks like there was a bit of a lack of communication on defense right there for Tag Reflex. And with 12 seconds left, unless Coil can make this count, the score shall remain 3-1. And yeah, I don't think they have time.
No,
that was a clutch gate by Foolwise too right there.
Yep.
And the GGs are given. The score overall is 7-1 in favor of Tag Reflex. That's a dominating win over a good team. And Retro proving that he deserves a spot on offense as well on this team. Finishing the game with 2 of the 7 caps. Legion of Boom with the other 5 in a dominating offensive performance.
Legion and Retro are a treat to watch. Well, as offensive NLTP players.
I don't know about you though. This game, or this half, I felt like Incrediballs had the better of the play. They seemed to control the flag more often. and had some good power control as well. They just got unlucky, couldn't catch a break.
I feel like what is lacking for Incrediballs is their offensive defense. Their offensive defense were often out of position or there was none. So on colors, I don't know about your team, but we try to always have someone camping regrab. Well, if you just see the flag carrier, he is allowed to chase, but he's not allowed to get behind the flag carrier. And I feel this is the reason why Tag Reflex seem to score so much more easily, in the sense that they might not be holding the flag for as long, but when they do get past a couple of people, there's no last man back for Incrediballs.
Yeah, the last defender is really important, especially on a map like this one where you can get through so quickly. It's key to have some guy back there just to buy some time for your teammate.
Yep.
And so if you're Tag Reflex right now, you're coming off a 7-1 win. Are you going to change up your roster for game 2 and try to give other guys playing time, or are you just going to stick with what works and try to dominate the second game?
I mean, I feel that this really depends on the coaching philosophy of the captain. It's really about what they're going for, because as we know, NLTP is an all-inclusive league. So while there are B teams, I have heard that there have been attendance issues for them. So if I were the captain, I would probably rotate out 2 players. Rotate out either Retro or Legion, and then either Bongo or give someone else a chance. And for the first half, if they manage to shit the bed and just cock it up, I would put back the powerful lineup again.
I know Coolwise and Bongo have some pretty good established chemistry on defense, and so I doubt that they would change one of the pair, but it's possible that they might go opt for a sub on offense and try to bring in another less experienced player, or a player that might have been waiting for some playing time this week.
What's up?
Bit of trash talk going on in the group chat.
Pocket Weed coming in for the Incrediballs. I'm pretty sure he caused a rather big controversy on the TagPro subreddit when he complained that he was drafted to a 19th place team or something like that. Not that I want to, expose him, but that was a very interesting post. Did you see that one, Liquid?
I did not. No, I'm usually pretty on point with the subreddit posts, but I guess I missed that one. But he's in the lineup right now, and he was subbed out they subbed out Coil for him, so he'll be playing offense.
I have played some pubs with Pocket Weed, and he is pretty impressive. But as always, especially on a map like Colors, it's not about your personal skill; it's about how well you mesh with your team.
Good point. And it looks like Incrediballs have made a change, 3 changes so far in 3 different halves.
No changes for Tag Reflex.
4 changes? Or no changes, yeah. Tag Reflex has kept a constant lineup.
Exactly, it seems like they're really hungry for this win.
Now, if I were just Nabs, their captain right now, I'd be telling them to start establishing a better contain to avoid those regrab trains, because that's that's not a sustainable strategy to let the other team keep grabbing on you and bite you in the ass. But hey, they've had the execution down pat, and the grabs that they've had, they've been able to capitalize quite well.
I agree. Hey, I'm curious with players like Retro and Legion. How did Nqoba get called up of all people? Maybe Swing made a mistake there.
Actually, yeah, Nqoba, you're off the team. We're booting you back down to Tag Reflex.
3, 2, 1.
No, I think that just shows how much Nqoba is valuable to that team if he was better than this killer duo. So.
Yes, I'm just taking a pot shot at someone who can't talk right now. Excuse me.
It looks like Legion of Boom might be suffering from a bit of lag right there. He just ran into the green gate and he's moving a bit erratically.
Retro leaving dangerously, pays for it. Ronaldo with TagPro.
And so the opening has been pretty calm, no big grabs. Both defenses have managed to keep the flag in base.
Power-ups have expired, nothing exciting happening for now.
Yeah, this game's boring.
Get on it, guys. What are you doing?
So, smart play by Cheetos. I've seen these teams often go for the grab and their partner misses, and so they go for the second grab, like Retro did right there. Legion grabs, dies, and Retro goes for the solo grab second time around. And that's a very risky strategy because if you flashed twice, that exposes an empty defense for the other team if they manage to get a solid grab out of there. So both teams have been lucky that that hasn't been the case because that's a very, very risky strategy.
Blue completely dominated power-ups there, and that is why Cheetos is coming in with a really good chance to score.
And he does. 2 tag throws almost always guarantee a cap, and especially in the way they use them, they just play them perfectly.
Yep.
And
props to Cheetos for getting a clean grab, though. He did not have a tag pro to help him out.
That's a very good point. And so the score is 1-0 in favor of Incrediballs. That's their second cap so far of the matchup, and they're leading this one 1-0.
Yep. They must feel slightly, at least more reassured right now.
Yeah, good power control, great blocks on defense, and a perfect grab by Cheetos. You can't ask for anything better than that.
As we settle down once again into power-up control phase, I wonder, Pocket Weed making a risky play on Retro.
And Retro goes out and gets the TagPro top right. Legion of Boom gets the Juke Juice bottom left, and that means that Tag Reflex are getting 4 of the 6 power-ups. That should be big for them.
Yep, especially with a Tag Pro plus a Juke Juice combo on offense.
Tag Pro
like
on offense,
that.
yes. And
that is gonna be a cap unless Pocket and Cheetos. Oh no.
Bad coordination, but they couldn't do much about it. Retro had Tag Pro.
Yep.
And Retro does not hold the button for Legion. Instead, he goes for the regrab, but Ronaldo anticipates and dissipates.
Oh wow.
He dissipates that grab.
Nice catchphrase right there. Not one of your usual shitty ones.
Oh man. Fighting word stop. Retro
is a beautiful grab.
Just idling in the corner, and this looks like it's going to be a second quick cap for Tag Reflex, taking the lead back 2-1. With Foolwise and Bongo, a great chemistry right there on defense. Bongo holding the button, and Foolwise just with the perfect contain. Power-up section again, looks like Incrediballs got their power control down. They're going to get 4 of the 6 power-ups. They get unlucky though, because 2 of them were rolling bombs, and none of them were tag pros.
Pocket Weed might have been trying to get bombed into the flag right there. He almost made it. If he did, that would have been a very, very good play. Cheetos boosting towards the flag, but no
Looks
dice.
like Pocket Weed's going to try for the solo grab, which is Foolwise and Bongo read it perfectly and get the return. That's not a strategy that I would adopt, just because grabbing 1v2 is really, really hard to execute. Even the best players have a hard time. Better to wait for your partner and not risk the threatening idea of having 0 on OD.
The positioning of Foolwise and Bongo also are very dynamic. They are adapting to which boost.
Oh, speaking of positioning, Bongo caught out of position right there. Cheetos with the beautiful jukes. And gets
Perhaps
past
getting a
Retro.
little too cocky there. Oh, Legion goes for the Tag Pro, but that would prove to be a cap for Incrediballs.
Although, can they counter cap? Pocket Weed's there, he's the last man.
Play it safe, play it
Foolwise
safe.
delays it. And Pocket Weed, I would not have gone for that rolling one, but he does. And Legion of Boom spawns, gets a couple tags. Pocket Weed using that rolling bomb to his advantage. Foolwise, he's been idling top right corner for, I'd say, 20 seconds already.
Nobody knew where he was. Oh, when he whiffs the boost.
Pocket lead with a nice juke, slipping past Bongo and Legion of Boom. Cheeto's holding that button instead of chasing. Interesting decision. So both of them hanging out in the right spike field. I find when you have the flag on this map, the spike field is one of the best places to be because there's so many obstacles to just run around and pop. Just shows it right there. He gets us Bongo and Legion of Boom before getting returned. Retro again, hanging out in the spike field. It's just a good spot to hang out.
Very, very patient play by Retro, and Full Ice lets him have throwing bomb. But then Cheetos also finds another one of those, although he's nice.
Bongo can't quite make it. Cheetos, that was
pixels away.
That was a very smooth juke, and it looks like he might be using it to cap. Oh, can't quite make it. Oh, do they have the blocks? It looks like they might have the blocks. They have the blocks. Ronaldo and Stuffed Burger combining to have Cheetos cap.
A much more back and forth half this is.
Yeah, Cheetos has 3 caps on the trot. I think he also had their lone cap of the previous game. He's on 4 so far. With Legion of Boom, he has 2. He has both of them this game. So Legion of Boom's at 7 caps so far. Cheetos has 4, and Retro has 2. So pretty concentrated caps, I'd say. You can definitely see who their main offensive player is for each team.
Especially as Pocket, like if you notice the previous play, Pocket would basically sacrifice himself to give Cheetos a free grab.
That's great support offense right there. That's what the best. Oh, Cheetos with the jukes. Oh my god, that was savory. But yeah, that's like that kind of support offense is what the best offensive players dream about. You can't really ask for anything better than that.
Cheetos gets past every single red. Oh, that was a beautiful hold right there. And they lead by 2 points.
Cheetos with his 4th cap of the half. That's huge. And as you said, I think he juked past individually all 4 of them, or if not all 3 of them. And not just regular jukes. Those were some fancy moves right there that he put on. And giving his team maybe not a commanding lead, but a considerable lead with only 3 minutes left in the half. And as you said, I mean, they got that cap last half, and that gave them momentum.
Yep. They proved to themselves, oh, Full Ice, what are you doing?
And Cheetos with the 5th cap of the game. Wow. I have to say shout out to Ronaldo and Stuffed Burger with the block saving setting. It's incredible. Cheetos has just been walking into an empty base every time.
Exactly. Also very good power-up control for the blue defense. They have been getting TagPros which cleared out their base a couple of times. And Stuffed Burger with a beautiful boost to deny Legion the TagPro. Here we go again.
Cheetos gets out. Full Ice confusing decision not to get the button. Oh, Cheetos. A bit of miscommunication with Pocket Weed right there.
Yep.
Pocket Weed had a nice block, but Cheetos didn't read it. And Pocket Weed wrestles that Juke Juice away. He's gonna get their base TagPro as well. But
at the same time, Legion manages to get out from the blue base for what feels like the first time in 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's interesting how this will play out. It looks like they're both going into the corner, maybe not. Legion of Boom turning back, spikes himself. That's feeling the pressure of 3 guys bearing down on you. And Bongo holding that button, Retro. If I was him, I'd go right through right now before that button becomes contested. Both of them just wasting time, and Tag Reflex must be feeling kind of hard done by right now. They were up 7-1 in that last game, and maybe they're just resting on their laurels right now, maybe a bit too much.
Cheetos making a smart play, opting to survive instead of getting the power-up. Yeah. Although judging by the amount of jukes that he's been pulling off, I wouldn't be completely surprised if he went there, took the juke juice and made everybody look stupid.
Look at this. Cheetos just making everybody look foolish.
Oh, he's just refusing to die, but Legion finally brings him down.
Yeah, that juke juice paying it off. It's quite hard to juke juice players, but
Retro
gets the grab,
strolling in for an easy cap.
While everybody's respawning, and gets in right there with the cap, Pocket Weed with the TagPro, but couldn't make it count. And Legion of Boom coming in, Cheetos denies him. With 55 seconds left, this will be the last round of power-ups. Let's see if any can make him count.
Usage.
Pocket Weed with his first cap of the game scores 6-3. That was a big mental lapse by Tag Reflex right there, not contesting that button. As we said, that's key. Sometimes you just get that clutch cap because the other team doesn't pay attention to the mid. And that might be another cap right here. Stuffed Burger can't quite make it, trying to rush it too much.
Full Ice getting there just in time. 31 seconds left.
Retro's ahead of 3. If Bongo can set a block on Cheetos, he cannot. Looks like with 17 seconds left, this will be the final score for Game 2, Half 1. With some pretty back and forth action. It started off with Incrediballs taking the lead 1-0, then 2 quick caps from Tag Reflex, and then pretty much the rest was action. Oh, so close at the end. The rest was action from the Incrediballs.
Cheetos with well deserving of his top place at the scoreboard. 5 captures.
An absolutely commanding performance by Cheetos. Not just that, but the whole time he had vastly more hold time than the next guy. 3 minutes 14 seconds compared to Retro's 1:48, and he was just juking around everybody there.
And credit must be given to Ronaldo and Stuffburger for keeping the flag in base a lot of the time, and also Pocket we really just set up those grabs for Cheetos. Cheetos had beautiful jukes, but it didn't seem like he needed to work very hard for the grabs.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Cheetos or Pocket Weed, I feel like he's been playing this half really smart. And as for Tag Reflex, what do you think went wrong?
I feel it's kind of hard to say. It just seems like Cheetos put the team on his back. That's about it, in my opinion.
I don't know. I feel like it's been, as you said, like every player contributed, and for Tag Reflex, maybe just the fact that they haven't been being very disciplined in the last game.
Perhaps.
About the regrab planes have come and caught them.
Maybe it could be that because Cheetos performed very well this half, then they were committing too much to their jukes, because on colors you have to remember that, I mean, I personally as a chaser on colors, I want to make sure that the opponent doesn't cap. Tagging is the second part of it. What I want to do is that I want to chase the opponent into a narrow part, for example the inner side of the spikes next to the walls, and then hope that my teammate is there and communicate to my teammate where the enemy flag carrier is going. There didn't seem to be very coordinated chasing by Tag Reflex, and that's why maybe Cheetos was able to make them look stupid and juke them out for the caps.
Yeah,
perhaps, I mean, like more of a perhaps they need to pay more attention to the positional game as opposed to just the plain, juking game.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how they decide to adapt for this second half. Considering it doesn't look like they're going to make any roster changes, so they're going to field those 4 players again. And as you said, maybe focus more on preventing caps than actively seeking out the returns.
Yep, and as the offense players, that is also a big part of offense. A big part of defense on this map falls to the offense, because once they do get free, it is almost impossible to catch up on colors. So if your offense decides to flat set at the wrong time, that is pretty much a free cap for the opponents.
Oh, and looks like just Nad's found a scapegoat. Retro's out. I wonder who they're going to put in.
Oh, poor Retro.
It looks like Stella is going to come in place of Retro. Stella, who was their 6th pick as well for Tag Reflex. Who's going to partner
Legion of Boom.
Yeah, sorry, Legion of Boom on offense. And they're going to need a good offensive spark this half, because they need to come back from a 3 cap deficit.
Never impossible on colors, where you can see caps, 3 caps in hell. Maybe just 1 minute you can get 3 caps easily.
Yeah, it's we saw it last game. They were chaining them together pretty quickly, and honestly, I'm just looking for another exciting game. If we can get 9 more caps in this half, I'll be happy.
Yeah, regardless of the result, that would have been an awesome game to watch and commentate.
This half has yielded more caps than all of game 1 so far, with 9 caps total, and almost a 10th cap in that last second, with Stuffburger getting a clutch return, I believe.
Yep. Here we go.
Going in for that 4th half of the week, with Incrediballs up 6-3 in game 2 half. Let's see what power-ups have spawned.
Rolling bomb in the middle and rolling bomb and TagPro in the middle, Juice and TagPro in the base, and rolling bomb and TagPro in the corners.
So each team gets a TagPro. What will be interesting is to see which team gets the TagPro top right. I'm gonna guess red team, the Incrediballs, will get it. Just guess because they got that boost.
Yep.
Although Bongo beeline towards that TagPro, and it looks like he's gonna get it first. This is big. 2 TagPros for Tag Reflex. Wow.
Bongo coming on offense right there.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, if you got 2 TagPros, try to capitalize.
Do you feel that this is a rosters? Like, do you think that maybe Bongo is just going to play both, play offense for this half, or just?
Yeah, it looks like inside information. Stella is playing defense, and Bongo is playing offense. So,
multi-talented man, Bongo is a man. I like this kind of player.
Yeah, you are one of those kinds of players yourself, so I can. What kind of insight can you provide for that? What do you think the key is for a defensive player switching to offense for a half? Or for like a two-way player?
Well, I will hold that thought. Bongo gets the clutch return on Cheetos. That was looking really dangerous for a moment there. To be honest, I played offense and defense. I played both offense and defense because I feel that it helps my game.
Well, your game definitely needs help, so.
Oh snap! Somebody call me an emergency, like call me an ambulance or something. That hurt. But anyway, so I feel that if you want to be an elite defender, you need to know what options are available to offense, and what better way to learn that by actually playing offense.
Yeah, now my concern right now is that Bongo and Foolwise had such great chemistry in game 1 that, and even in game 2 things were looking pretty good. So I'm wondering if Estelle will come and disturb that rhythm they had. So we just got another inside information flash. Apparently Stella is a very, very solid defender. Although, even though she didn't start. So it should be interesting to see how she performs. And right there, she gets a clutch return.
Legion beats Cheetos to the TagPro.
That's huge. Weed getting the juke boost. So it looks power-ups are evenly split this round.
Seems like there's a lot of inaction due to power-ups in this half, because hold that thought. Bongo is in front of everybody and he takes the corner.
But
Can they block Pocket Weed?
They get
Beautiful block.
Single in on the block on Pocket Weed. 1-0 Tag Reflex for this half. Pocket Weed trying to get the button. Tries to get his teammate to trust him. That was not well-placed trust in the end.
He had a difficult time, to be honest.
Yeah. Legion of Boom with the wall juke, but he wall jukes too much. Too much of a good thing. The wall juke, you know. Sometimes you just gotta calm down. And another very risky move by Legion. We've seen him do this a couple times.
Talking about calming down, there was nothing calm about what he did there. That was absolutely unnecessary, seeing as how he is an offensive player. He needs to get back to the opponent's. I mean, if he dies, he needs to get to the opponent's base again anyway. That was just interesting. But right now, Cheetos and Pocket Weed, one has rolling bomb, one has attack pro. Let's see how they can. Oh, and Foolwise boosts out of base. Pocket Weed can have a really good chance here.
And Stella bombs, but make sure she's still in position.
Pocket Weed electing to go the other way. Stella.
Almost a long range boost. We've seen a couple of those so far. And Legion Boom grabs and goes for the smart kiss, in my opinion. He wasn't given many options. And Foolwise holding that mid button. But Legion can't make his way through. Legion seems to be struggling with the boosts in mid.
Cheetos jukes a little too much and Stella attacks him.
Pocket Weed. Oh, Pocket Weed. Can he juke out Stella? Stella worked pretty well. And Foolwise just gets that button, not what Pocket Weed was hoping for there.
A much more
spawned again.
A much more sedentary. Sorry about that. A much more sedentary second half here. Seems that both teams are playing a little bit more cautious, electing to go for the power-ups instead of, you know, making a grab near power-up spawns, and this is, I feel, is what is contributing to the slow pace of the game. However, Tag Reflex needs 2 more caps to even this up and 3 to take the lead, so perhaps they should be the one who are more in a bit of a hurry.
Yeah, and their defense is playing extremely well. Nothing's gotten out of their base yet. This is something to note, considering there's already 5 minutes gone by, and they've managed to contain so far. And it's just Bongo and Legion of Boom can't seem to be finding a rhythm at all on offense.
Both teams doing very well on defense. There is no hold time more than 27 seconds. And the guy with 27 seconds has 5 grabs, so that's 5 seconds. 5 second hold times. Oh, but Bongo is free. Oh no, I spoke too soon. Ronaldo was there in time.
Legion of Boom can't quite figure out that timer in the bottom left. And gets a bit impatient. Foolwise going on offense with that TagPro and grabs. That's not a very smart decision at this point. Cheetos grabs with the TagPro as well, but gets spawned on. Bad luck right there. But you make your own bad luck in that case. You know, you grab with the TagPro, that's something to expect.
Yep. Seems like there's definitely a hint of frustration in the blue offense right now. They are going for grabs they're showing less patience in their grabs. To be fair, I really can't blame them. They're down and they need those caps.
But yeah, as you say, maybe it's best to just stick with what works. And you know, game 1 they were very patient and they got 7 caps.
Yep.
And right now it seems like they're rushing things a bit too much.
The thing is, colors compared to a different map. The map that they played last week, I believe, the week before the last week was Star. And the difference between those two maps is that on Star you are allowed to make somewhat silly grabs because the crossing distance is so short, and also you need to create opportunities. But on this Hold That Thought, let's take a look at the flag carriers. Pocket Weed getting a clutch return.
Yeah, Pocket Weed, it wasn't as much of a direct return as it was a redirect return.
Beautiful blocking once again.
Yeah, wow, and Incrediballs tied up. Score is now 7-4 on aggregate.
3 minutes left to play.
They have to just hold on, prevent 3 caps, and they can win this.
Stuffburger kind of cornered there. If I were him, I would really just although Cheetos does have the regrab. Stuffburger, oh, almost a beautiful play.
Legion going for the snipe, or maybe the TagPro. Maybe both.
Pocket Weed gets neither. He neither denies the boost, nor does he. Oh, Pocket Weed. Perhaps a little stunned that he was still alive. Not sure. He stopped moving there for a second.
So can Bongo get a grab with that Legion of Boom TagPro helping him out? Doesn't look like it's gonna happen though. And now everybody's on offensive defense. Nobody on regrab for the Incrediballs. If I were them, I'd send Cheetos out there. But
Pocket Weed just took a huge loop. I think he realizes that his team has a substantial lead and he just wants to hold on to it. And
at this point, yeah, just waste time. That's the best strategy. And both
right now,
teams, both flags are out of base.
Sorry.
And Bongo his team gets a return for him, but he's on the wrong side of the map. Can he juke his way out? He can't. Legion of Boom. He's going to try something risky. We've seen him do stuff before and work his magic like he just did there, juking Stuffburger and Ronaldo. If he can get a clutch block here, he can bring his team back, but he cannot, unfortunately. His team fails to block Cheetos, or whoever it was, and Cheetos gets that grab. And Cheetos, speaking of juke, Cheetos just juked out Foolwise and Legion of Boom with his juke juice, grabs the rolling bomb, and survives that trip to the corner. Meanwhile, Bongo, he's on juke juice and rolling bomb as well. Lots of powerful flag carrier combos right here. And
Cheetos
Ronaldo
still staying alive.
We've seen this boost a couple times, just into Spike. It's quite rare that ends up happening. And Bongo might be able to get his own return here. He can, and that's a cap for Tag Reflex. They need 2 more in the last minute if they want to tie this up. And Foolwise, Flacids.
Bongo and Legion coming in on offense.
And
can they make this happen?
are turtle strats with 3 on defense. That's risky because if you get out of base, you're ahead of 3, but I don't see them getting out of base for the next 40 seconds.
Twice. Remember that.
Yeah.
They have to go risky strats and utilize the middle gate right now. Because they're almost running out of, like, it is almost becoming mathematically impossible. And with Cheetos getting a grab with the Juke Juice, judging by his track record,
Yeah.
I don't think that's
Yeah, it looks like it's game. Looks like it's GG.
Cheetos not opting for the dangerous play. He's just hiding out in the bottom left corner. Hey, well, I can't say that even if you really want to win, that is not a bad tactic at all.
And Ronaldo just pads his stats right there with his 15th return of the game, leading the Incrediballs defense with Stuffburger not far behind, 12 returns. And overall, just Incrediballs completely dominating that encounter. Bongo does get 2 caps though. Switching from D to O did seem to pay off for him.
But not too little too late, it wasn't enough. So that was a split. I did not expect this result from what happened in Game 1. Game 1 looked completely one-sided for Tag Reflex, but props to Incrediballs showing great resilience to come back in the second game and showing an equally dominating performance.
And PK Snowball with some pretty clutch subs. Switching up his, finally found a combination that seemed to gel. They just got the execution. I mean, they did 7 caps in that game. I think the final score was 7. And I mean, you can't really ask for anything better than that in backs. The final score.
Liquid, your internet is
Game 1
failing right now. Game 1 was, so the final results for this series was Game 1 was 7-1 in favor of Tag Reflex and 7-5 in favor of Incrediballs for the second game. Each team bring home 3 points, is that right? Is that how it works, Nqoba?
It should be 3 points for each team. So, this is top. I'm Liquid, and we are happy to bring this game to you guys.
Thanks for tuning in.
Some great NLTP action right here, and stay tuned for next week.
Goodbye.